Good afternoon and welcome to the KC range. Today we're going to look at the pistol that basically started the Spanish gun industry. The handgun industry is the classic Ruby pistol. It started way back. We'll go back a little bit. This is made by Astra. It wasn't called Astra back then, but anyway, they made this the 32. They made the Ruby pistol was basically a Spanish copy of the Browning design, the FN and the Colt 1903. It's smaller like the Colt than the FN was. It's a 32, basically blowback. The barrel takes out, you pull the magazine back and hold it here. Pull the magazine out and you spin the magazine, pull it out, spin it again, pull it out, whatever, to take it apart. It's a classic. They call them Ruby pistols. The first one, back around 1905, that 1903 came out, so it's, I believe 1905, all these firearm industries in the Eibar section of Spain, which is the northern section of Spain, near the Pyrenees Mountains. It's where the Basque people lived. They have their own language and customs and didn't like being part of Spain anyway. But anyway, they were making these copies of the pistol. Astra came out with, and it was Astra said it later. It was Esperanza, Hope. Some of the pistols were called Hope. Esperanza y Unceta came out with the 1915 pistol. The Victoria pistol. And it was a 7-shot design. And then Llama came along. They were, it slips me right now, but Llama, the forerunners of Llama, Gabilondo, and the Rarest, came along with basically the same pistol as this, but with 2 more magazines, lanyard ring. This one has lanyard ring because this is the Astra who made the Victoria that Llama copied and extended and made it for the military, as opposed to the Astra, which was made for concealed carry. But Llama made it military. France needed pistols, so they ordered a big order from Llama. Llama couldn't meet the order and hired on 4 more contractors, and then they still couldn't meet the order and hired on even more. But Astra also moved from the Eibar section to Guernica, Spain, famous for the bombing. Hopefully I'll come back to that. The famous Picasso painting, bombing of Guernica. But anyway, they moved to Guernica to make the Duke Hero Campo. Had a gun, which Astra made, which was accepted by the Spanish government. But Astra was making these. Llama copied it, extended it, made it more of a military style, police military pistol as opposed to concealed. France adopted them. Llama couldn't keep up with the orders because there were so many World War I started. So they subcontracted out. Astra didn't really contract with Llama, but I think they dealt directly with the French, and they made a few versions. Brunswick, this is 1915. I think they made a 1916 and maybe a 1914. This is a model 1915, so this pistol is 110 years old. And this one has a rivet that the French put on because when they would holster the weapon, it would either turn on or off the safety and make it unsafe. So when they would holster the weapon, they put that rivet so that the holster would not move the safety from fire to safe or vice versa. And you can tell if it's French accepted. They usually have the 2 stars down here at the grip. I should have looked and seen if these have it, but it was accepted. You can tell by the rivet. And I'm sure it does, yes. And let's see. And the matching. Mine do not match. I noticed today. I thought they did. I think my spare might. But you see, this says, I brought the wrong one. I'm doing the Izarra. Okay, this is the star version, excuse me. Izarra. This is one of the rarest of the ruby pistols. They only made 10,000. Austria in 1915. I'll do another one on that later. But they did the second most. Lama, of course, made the most. And then there were like 40 some, close to 50 different contractors. And every little town around that region, every little household was hammering a little soft metal together. And that's where Spanish guns got their bad name. But this is actually the best of them. Star was even awarded the owner of the Star was Bonifacio Echeverria, was awarded a medal from France because of the quality of his their firearms. And but this is the Izarra, which is the Basque language for star. So we're going to shoot this today. Okay, I thought we were going to shoot the Astra. They look a lot alike. This one has straight serrations, and the Astra has the curved serrations. They're all a little different. This one has better sights than the Astra. Someday I will compare them for you. Maybe on a laptop, a tabletop. But anyway, let's see how this gun shoots. Make sure I want to double check. Oh, this doesn't match. My Astras do match. Okay, but anyway, this is Izarra, which is a Star. Well, they became Star, and the predecessor of Star. And it's got the ZC, and then I looked it up, Izarra, something C. I can tell you what, I'll put it in the notes on what this matches with. But, you know, there was like 40 of the companies that made them. There was really close to 1 million made. They were sold to, of course, France. They were sold to Italy. They were sold to Bulgaria, you name it. But let's see how this bad boy does. Let's put some ears on first. And put the targets out, of course. I just put a little dot on these. Hopefully this one will stay. And we'll hang them. But then after the war, both Star and Astra, the Campo Hero ended up being like the Astra 400, which was a Spain adopted 9mm Largo ammunition. Someday I want the carbine, their little bolt action 9mm. I just thought of it and just left the head. That's what happens when you get almost 63. Let's see, the destroyer carbine. Better put the eyes on too. I brought my reading glasses so I could read the side of the Astra to y'all, but this one's pretty simple. This is the Izarra. And Izarra caliber 7 points. What was that, 6.5? Probably should have wrong, but there's a small print and your numbers. All right. Now, fogged up my lens. Ooh. Kill release. Pulled high right. Low right. Low right. Low right. Center low. Better. Nose. Probably low right some more. I don't know. Probably low right. Out. Did not hold it. Oh, it can't hold open. There is no hold open. That is just to hold it back so you can take it apart. So these will not hold open because you can't fire it if you have that. That's your slide lock, and you don't want that to happen. But let's see how the bullets did. Yeah, that's 9 rounds. Let's see. I started by hitting high right, and then I hit low right, and then low left. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see how. Oh, I didn't hold it so y'all could see I was. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The first one's up here, and now it's down here, and now it's down here, and then I did a little better, and then I started dropping again. But you know, that's the first time I shot that, and who knows when. Let's see. Let's try some more. And since it's Saturday, well, no, it's Sunday, another still on still Saturday on Sunday. Let's put some more in there and see if we hit anything, or if I hit anything. This old simple Winchester white box, 3271 grain, full metal jacket. Oh, I hung another target. Let me go right-handed. I do 4 right-handed. Let's see, 4 right-handed and maybe a couple on the. I'll just go 4 right and 4 left. I believe there's 8. Well, I was talking, that's 7 maybe. All right, 8. See if I remember just to tell you everything. Well, I had everything for the Astra, but this is the Star version. And the Astra, Star, and Llama were the only ones after the Spanish Civil War, besides Chave on the Chasas, what he called his stuff, and they made like the Dickinson Detective or something, it's a little 380, and they made some little toggle action 22. But those are the only ones allowed by Franco to make firearms, and they're all gone now. There's Astras living in somewhere Switzerland or Sweden or something, making military firearms for Europe. We'll go right-handed on that target, first 4. So far, 2, 3. I got 4 for steel. after the video. But you know, if you're in the trenches of World War I, you don't have a shotgun, that's what I would want. But and one of, if that's the best you got, 32. I mean, that's 9 rounds plus one up the step out, and I would carry it spouted with one in the, with the. It'd be hard for me to be in a. Well, I guess if I'm left-handed, I'm talking about. It'd be easier for me as a lefty to take that off safety actually, being right-handed. So that wouldn't do too bad for me. But that's not bad at all. But you know, they made almost 1 million of these. There were 40, at least 46 probably manufacturers, and then everyone, their brother was making parts for the manufacturers under back step, pounding, you know, not very well heat treated, you know, metal, because if you're pounding it with a hammer, you don't want it to be too hard. But some of them, like this Izarra, was made very well, very well. That's probably the best. And I mean, they only made 10,000 of these, of this. I mean, they know the numbers and everything. That was the best of the rubies. Next time we will see Astra made ruby, Esperanza y un Z, una pistola de ellos. Ellos hablan vasco. Ese no es vasco, o esto no es vasco, esto es español, un poco, tiene el S con eso y todo eso. Pero adiós y ciao. Anyway, y'all have a great day. Thank y'all for coming by. God bless all of y'all.